Hi everyone, my name is Amelia Mist and I'm so excited to finally welcome you to my jam sesh where we'll be speaking about all things music. So that will be the evolution of generational music, artists, favourite songs and so much more exciting stuff, I do hope. For this episode, I will be talking a bit about myself and what made me decide to start this podcast, besides the obvious, pure and utter boredom. But seriously, I am an avid music lover and I'm so excited to share with you and talk to you about this very exciting subject. So without further ado, I want you to firstly bear with me as I'm completely new to this, and secondly, sit back and enjoy, and welcome to episode 1. Whoop. So, despite being an extreme Londoner, I actually grew up in Dorset with my parents. As a family, we all listened to tons and tons of music. I actually reckon they blasted music to drown out all of my crap 90% of the time. I was a bit of a nightmare and probably still am. But anyway, it was a musical environment for sure, which was great. And we absolutely loved sharing musical experiences and discussions. With my parents, it ended up being more of a who's been to more concerts debate. But music being played is a big factor in our social life back then. It still does for sure, but we would literally sit and blast our favourite tunes in my summer house, or I'd be off going to concerts and festivals with my friends. It's basically been immersed into me since I popped into the world. In fact, as a reiterated statement, when my mummy gave birth to me, they were playing Brown Eyed Girl by Van Morrison, which is quite awkward as I've got green eyes. Could have been worse, it could have been a boy, I guess, but after the complications of what eye colour I had, I continued to enjoy loads of bands, and I remember ABBA being the family favourite for a few years. Yes, I own one of those sparkly gold wigs. How embarrassing. That obviously led a strong love affair with Mamma Mia, which is a great movie. But luckily, as my parents were so in love with music, I am still fortunate to be learning a lot to this day with them. I try not to take much from my mum's George Michael obsession and more from my dad's, who's actually pretty cool. My dad actually worked with bands and went on tours with them back in the 70s, so he reckons he's a bit of a rock star himself. He loves Jimi Hendrix, Rolling Stones, that sort of era, whereas Mummy's more of a Motown kind of girl, which I completely love also. Luckily, we all love everything, so music has been one of the things that we could always agree on, which is very important in a family scenario. I bet you all agree. So, when I was around 11, I think, I scooted off to a boarding school in the literally middle of nowhere. That wasn't very good English, but the literal middle of nowhere. And it was a bit of a rubbish time, unfortunately. I wasn't surrounded by the nicest people, but I did make a few friends, and they're still friends to this day, luckily. But anyway, music had this power to distract from the hectic lifestyle of Saturday school, 8 till 5. And obviously, if anybody else has experienced this, the mean girl type of attitude, if anybody's seen that film, it was like that. It was hectic. That definitely was my prime stage of going to gigs, when I could escape whenever possible with my best friend, Millie, who was actually on the same level. We saw everyone, like all of the biggest pop stars, and it was quite funny. Pop stars sounds so cringy. I actually don't even want to think of the tragedies that we walked around in at these gigs. We've all been there, I hope so. If you're listening, please agree with me, because otherwise I'll be embarrassed. I can say that we definitely had the back-combed hair, ripped tights, denim shorts type of look. And then I discovered partying. Maybe a little bit too early, but nobody needs to judge. This is a judgment-free zone. This is when I convinced my mum to let me go to festivals, which was great. My first one, they came with me and we glamped. I camped. I don't know why. It's absolutely shocking. I was 14, I think, but all of my friends were older, so I thought I was really cool. But ever since, I've always gone to as many festivals as possible, as I literally live for the buzz that you get from them. It's actually so magical. Tell me what's better than seeing your favourite artist with everyone just vibing with you and enjoying the moment. And that is one of the reasons why music is so special. My knowledge has definitely expanded, and my perspective has enabled me to be so open-minded about new artists. And the thrill of a new band or seeing someone that you don't even know is just amazing. Again, the rush you get, similar to concerts. Even going to support friends, I absolutely love, and I've got so many talented friends that it just gives me such fulfillment going to support them. And it just makes me so happy that people are able to try new things and work hard to achieve such great things. It definitely inspires me massively. Therefore, this is the reason why I wanted to do this podcast, so I can talk about anything to do with the talent that musicians can produce, and I just find it absolutely incredible. And I'm not saying that this whole podcast is going to be exactly based on music, but mostly this is to connect with you guys and try to recreate the nostalgic sensation that you feel from bands or artists, to enlighten you and show you my favourite eras and genres and people who I've grown up with and who I still listen to this very day. For me, I find that music can also stimulate the mind. There are many things in music to which one can listen to and bring attention to. Music can definitely raise someone's mood and get them excited, or make them feel calm and relaxed, or just make you throw some really tragic moves on the dance floor. I am absolutely fully guilty of my tragic dancing. Goodness me, if anybody see me out, I apologise. Music also, and this is so important, allows us to feel nearly or possibly all emotions that we experience in our lives just by music. I just love it. Music is a language of emotion in that it can represent different feelings and barge into the soul with no boundaries or limitations. People are always challenged by the fact that no one understands them, and music is something that they can really feel and they turn to be able to communicate, and it has the capacity to imitate. So, to conclude, I don't know you, and you may not know me, so hallelujah if this has reached you, but it's quarantine and it's a very, very mad time. Life is difficult, so I do hope that this podcast has enabled you to know a little bit more about me, and my final point about myself is that I will be sat here, bottle of rouge in hand, drinking it, obviously, and listening to the Beatles as loud as Alexa can. Oh, she heard me. I would love to hear some questions from you guys, so after each episode, if you DM me something you would like to know about me, or anything whatsoever about music, life, or personal struggles, I would love to answer them at the end. The plan for the next few episodes is discussing a different music genre each week. So on the next episode, I will kick off with 20s, so a lot of jazz and blues. So get thinking and follow my main Instagram, @AmeliaMist, and my podcast Instagram, @AmeliasJamSesh. Thank you so much for listening, and please share this around to your friends and family, and hopefully I'll see you next week. I hope everyone is staying strong, and I'll put up a playlist from each era on this Instagram so you can go and listen to it. Obviously copyright issues. But yeah, like I said, I hope everybody's doing okay and staying strong, and I hope that you can listen to this as an escape. So much love. Peace out, everyone. Enjoy.